Hello, ma'am.
Hi, hi, hi.
Uh, Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us at Humans of Startup
I'm,
series by Markoknow.
I'm
I would
happy.
just I would just begin by introducing you a little to our audiences, all those who would be watching. So, Aanchal Saini, ma'am, is a former lawyer and has transitioned to an entrepreneur and currently serves as the CEO of Flyrobe, India's first and largest fashion rental service. For the past 5 years, the company has been taking advantage of the shift in consumer behavior towards a shared economy in the fashion industry. The business has also expanded through the acquisition of Flyrobe and the founding of RENT IT BAE, which has resulted in a 10x growth for the company. Before her passion for sustainable fashion, Ma'am has worked as a practicing lawyer at the Delhi High Court for 7 years. Among her notable achievements, she helped establish the Delhi International Arbitration Centre and has become an expert in the fashion rental space. So, ma'am, would you like to add on anything?
You said already more than enough. Thank you.
Okay, so, ma'am, we should just begin with the questions. So,
Absolutely.
would you like to tell us a little about your journey? What inspired you to enter the rental fashion space, and what was the birthplace of Rented Pay?
So, honestly, my journey is not like, it was a boring corporate life and I was looking to do something exciting in life. I was loving what I was doing. I wasn't a corporate lawyer, I was a litigating lawyer. Mostly my forte was matrimonial and arbitration and CBI work, and all this is very exciting. And I love doing what I used to do, High Court, Supreme Court, all of those kind of things. And this came was before this, there was a little learning. So I got married to my husband, the current husband, and his brother. They're both into technology. So tech came as everything. Whatever I wanted to do, tech came easy. Okay, that it wasn't a challenge. So we always thought of doing something together that we can build a product and scale it via technology. That was the aim, and the learning came from before rented by much before rented by, like maybe like a before 2 years, 1.5 2 years of rented by. When rented by started, we started another food tech business. And that time everybody was doing their respective things, whatever our professionals, respective professions. And we started this. We spent like 2 months, we got good traction, we tied up with over 100 restaurants, and it was good. But nobody wanted to jump in full time. So, and we did not drag it much. 2 months here, spent a little money, build the technology. Another 2 3 4 months, we shut the business. We understood that you have to be in it full time to start something absolutely new. It's not like an investment on the corner that it can just keep growing. It's not like that. It requires more than 24 hours of you in the entire day. So this was my learning. So we said ki anything ever we want to do ever again, it has to be full time. I went back to my legal stuff going on good. Everything was good. And this basic idea came from a very personal this thing that I was somebody, I used to love wearing new clothes every time. And I realized that the problem that all women are mocked about, your closet is full yet you have nothing to wear. It's not that our closet is the closets are we don't have clothes. We do have clothes, but everything in the closet has already been worn once. So we are looking for new clothes. Like last time I went to that party, I had pictures on Instagram of the same outfit, so I can't repeat and all that. And this is the basic idea of and plus we realize that when we grow up, like when we started working, etc., we don't borrow clothes. In college you borrow from your friends, sisters, cousins, whatever. But later you stop doing that. You would like to own your own things, etc. So we realized that what if a dress could come to you like in a time span of a pizza delivery. You wear it, you don't have to take care of it, you don't have to iron it, think about washing it, use your closet space to store it, and you pay peanuts and it just goes away. And every time you want something like this, a new dress comes in. So this is the idea where Rented Bay was born. It was completely Western renting and accessory renting. And of course, I feel that then my approach was very narrow in terms of everything, in terms of the business, the profitability, the kind of clothing, also the sustainability narrative to it. So now over years, uh, so Flyrub was of course a competitor, and we got a good chance to acquire it. It happened, and it was a brilliant move. But over years, we realized that the product has to be. So we were doing westerns and accessories online. That's how it started. Then we moved the product to we pivoted the product to ethnics. because that's the real rentable asset. And also when you talk about sustainability, that is the narrative. What we believe is buy the basic and rent the iconic. What you and I are wearing, we're not supposed to throw it every time. We keep wearing black t-shirt. What you're wearing is a good polka dot. What you're wearing is a nice shirt. You can keep wearing it. You will wear it multiple times. Also, our learning was while you were renting out westerns, that the demand for the product was there's this concept of CAC, cost of acquisition. So basically, our CAC wasn't coming down. We were spending then 3,000 rupees to cater to a 300 rupee order. So a CAC over a certain period has to come down in a good business. So that wasn't coming down. So definitely there was something wrong that we were doing. And what we were doing wrong was Western wear. If you think about super highly, very, very social people who are just going out every night, they're partying, the number is less in terms of masses and percentages. So we stopped, we thought about it, and we pivoted the product from westerns to ethnics. Then it comes, it's a real rentable asset. They're expensive. And it plus, you absolutely it's a one-time wear. You don't repeat those, and storage is a hassle, and all of those things are big here. And product is very, very expensive. And we don't like it's not like 20 years ago you would wear your bridal lehenga five times in a year. My brother's wedding, the first function, this, that, whatever. Now you don't do that. Nobody does it. And also we don't repeat. Like what my mom's closet looked like, 20 silk sarees at least 120 times over 20 years. That's not, our closets are not like that. Trends change. Even if you love the garment, you spend a bomb on that, you want to repeat, you would not be able to do it because trends really, really change fast, right? So product, now we understood it's the ethnic product, and that's where the real journey began. Renting ethnic, obviously online, and then obviously we moved on and then opened stores, and later it became a different story. But online, we stuck to online always because that's where we get all the masses from. That's why people know if they're it's a company is renting products, you want to go and get your clothes from there. That's how it really started.
So, ma'am, what would you say that in this entrepreneurial journey, what has been your biggest strength or your biggest achievement so far?
I think just sticking around, when I started this business, a lot of people used to tell me, okay, stick around, persistence is key. And I used to feel, okay, fine, okay, everybody would really do it. If you're into it, you'll do it. But true test was COVID. And when I really felt that persistence was key, we were in the business with literally no investors. We just acquired Flyrobe then, and we opened our first franchise, and COVID happened. And obviously, the existing revenues just went up, and we did not know how to survive without money. You have huge staff, you have so many expenses, and plus you're an investor driven company that with investor funds we were surviving. But this entire period of COVID was hard. Of course, honestly, a lot of times I also thought that, like, I don't think this I can continue, we should just leave it, do get back to law, make money. This is hard. But it was really hard, and some tough calls were taken. We had to lay off. There were days I used to come home, cry in the night, but we had to just make this, we had to sail the ship. So we did all of those things. So I think your strengths are that you obviously uh, immediately react also to the market. You can't keep sitting and not do anything. A lot of other companies who thought that they'll wait out COVID, they did not do anything. They died because they couldn't. If you don't lay off staffs, if you don't close stores, that time you couldn't survive, right? So reaction is key. At the same time, we did not change our core. Okay, many good investors came with suggestions that this rental business in this time, imagine 2020, मतलब हम बाहर नहीं जाते घर से, and we were talking about renting bridal lehengas. It sounded crazy then. So many people said, stop doing this, start doing this. But we realized that this is the USP. Selling, thousands of companies are selling, right? So this is the USP. We are rental company, so we will just stick to what we are doing. Even if we go down in the revenue, no problem. We won't change what we were meant to do. A lot of companies try to start selling pre-loved stuff and all. Pre-loved became like a little popular, the new game then for a while. A lot of investments also happened. But we realized that for my product, I'm still like, why will you buy a second hand lehenga, but when if you can rent it for like one tenth. If it's a 1 lakh rupee lehenga, why will you buy it for 50,000? But you can, when you can just get done with it, done with your occasion in 10,000, right? So a lot of arguments also happened with other partners, investors, more a lot of advisors, but we just stuck around. And I think I am sort of now reaping the benefits of doing that when I survived COVID. So literally your strengths. And there were times honestly when I used to feel, okay, I should, I hope it's not a foolish decision, because then you're wasting 3 years of your life, and then you obviously cross your fingers and you go ahead, right? So sometimes following your gut is very important. Also sometimes understanding the market is important, and not always there is this very narrative going on which says keep try and fail fast, etc. But you don't have to try everything. When other people have tried something and that clearly hasn't worked for them, don't waste your time, money and effort here, right? So I think it's a mix of everything. And of course, I cannot say that I did it all alone. I couldn't have done it without the team. They managed with salary cuts, with no salaries. They stood around the core team. They did everything so that we survive.